There are 5 mistakes that people commonly make on their visitor visa application that lead to rejection. In this short video, I will help you identify those mistakes so you can maximize the chances of approval on your visitor visa application to Canada. Hi, my name is Eva. I'm a licensed immigration consultant based in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. So today I'll be discussing visitor visas. Many people around the world want to visit Canada for various reasons. But one of the most common reasons for visiting Canada is because Canada is a beautiful country, it has natural beauty, and it has the most beautiful landscapes anywhere in the world. But often when people submit an application for a visitor visa, their application is met with a refusal. Visitor visa application is one of those applications where the refusal rate is pretty high. Therefore, you have to be very careful with this application. I'm going to share these 5 tips that will help you with this visitor visa application. Now, these 5 tips are not going to be a guarantee that you're going to get the visa for sure, but they will help you maximize your chances for getting an approval on your visitor visa application. So let's talk about those 5 mistakes that people make. Let's talk about them one by one. All right, before we continue, I just wanted to let you know that this video is going to be a 5-part series in which I will discuss those mistakes separately in each of those videos. The reason why I did not discuss all those mistakes in one video is because the duration of the video would have become pretty long, and some people do not have a very good attention span. They may zone out in the middle of the video. So if you're one of those people who could zone out, trust me, I'm doing you a favor. All right, so let's talk about the first mistake that people make on their visitor visa application. So the most common mistake that people make on their visitor visa application is that they don't have a clarity of purpose. They don't have a strong and convincing reason to come to Canada. You have to convince an immigration officer that you're coming here for a very important reason. Those days are gone when people used to submit the application. It was kind of easy for them to convince an officer that you're coming to Canada and they would give you the visa. But now you have to convince an officer that you're coming to Canada for a particular reason, and once you're done you will go back, because there are people who are coming to Canada and they are only taking advantage of the Canada's legal system to stay here longer. All right, to avoid such crowd, they want you to have a strong convincing reason so that they can give you the visa. If you have never visited Canada before or any other country before, and the reason for coming to Canada on the application is tourism, that's a recipe for a rejection. So the word tourism alone is not going to serve any purpose. All right. Tourism is a broad term. It could mean anything. What kind of tourism are you looking for? If you genuinely want to tour Canada, just like you have visited other countries, you have to provide a proper travel plan. You need to tell an IRCC officer that I'm going to be visiting such and such cities in Canada. I'm going to be going to such and such locations. I've already arranged the transportation. Here's the proof of that. I've already booked a travel ticket. Here's the proof of that. I've already booked hotels, and here's the proof of that. So you have to provide the proof in your travel plan for visiting Canada only for tourism purposes. Now, along with tourism, there could be many other reasons for visiting Canada. One of the reasons for visiting Canada could be that you have an immediate family inside Canada. So, who's included in that immediate family? That's your parents, your wife, your children. All right, that's an immediate family. That gives you a strong reason for visiting Canada. If you're not going to visit your family, who are you going to visit? So, that's a strong reason. The other reasons could be that you have an extended family. But since you have an extended family, what is the reason for visiting Canada? You have to provide the reason for it. Is the wedding taking place in the family, or do you have a birth of a child in the family for which you want to attend any ceremony? Let's say you have children who are studying in Canada and there is a graduating ceremony that is taking place and you want to attend that ceremony for your children. That's also a good reason to visit Canada. Are you invited by any business in Canada? If you have been invited, you have to provide a proof, a letter that you have been invited by Canadian business to come and explore the options and opportunities to do business in Canada. If you're coming here for medical reasons, then you have to provide the proof that you don't have medical facilities in your country back home. That's the reason why you're coming to Canada. So for everything that you claim on the application, you have to provide a proof. All right. That's how you make the application stronger. And make sure there is an exit strategy. You have to tell an IRCC officer in your travel itinerary that once the purpose of your visit has been fulfilled, you will leave Canada. You don't have a reason to be here. And it only helps if you already have a travel history, because that proves that you visited many other countries before and you're going to visit Canada and leave, just like all the other countries you visited. I hope this video is going to help you in understanding why the purpose of visit is very important on your visitor visa application and how it contributes to convincing an immigration officer to give you the visa. In my next video, I will talk about another big reason for refusal on these applications. So stay tuned for that.